less public attention. The electricity grid, which was once largely an engineering network, is becoming a digital network today. Tomorrow's grid will have millions of source and consumption points communicating with another. Solar panels, batteries, electric vehicles, industries, homes, substations, and power plants will increasingly becoming parts of one intelligent system. This is where Telangana has a unique advantage. Hyderabad is already one of India's great technology centers. We have deep capabilities in information technology, artificial intelligence, electronics, advanced manufacturing, and research. The same city which develops software for the world can also develop the intelligence that runs the electricity grid of the future. Imagine artificial intelligence forecasting electricity demand street by street. Imagine predictive systems identifying a transformer likely to fail before it actually fails. Imagine storage automatically responding to fluctuations in renewable generation. Imagine industries adjusting consumption intelligently when electricity is abundant and expensive. The convergence of electrons algorithms will be one of the defining opportunities of the next decade, and Hyderabad should be at the center of it. Artificial intelligence itself will require enormous amounts of energy. There is an interesting paradox here. Artificial intelligence can make our electricity systems more efficient, but artificial intelligence itself consumes enormous quantities of electricity. The global expansion of artificial intelligence and data centers is creating an entirely new class of electricity demand itself. For Hyderabad, therefore, clean energy is not only an environmental policy, it is increasingly also economic infrastructure. If we can provide reliable, affordable, increasingly green electricity, we strengthen Hyderabad's competitiveness as a destination for AI, data centers, and advanced industries. We are already beginning to see this connection. Plans include a 100 megawatt renewable energy facility to support a proposed AI data center at Bharat Future City, which is coming very soon in Hyderabad. This is a future we see digital infrastructure and clean energy infrastructure growing together. We must manufacture the transition. There is another principle which is equally important. India cannot merely be a consumer of the global energy transition. We must manufacture the energy transition. Solar equipment, wind equipment, batteries, power electronics, electrolytes, charging systems, and grid technologies represent enormous industrial opportunities. Telangana wants companies to manufacture these technologies here itself. Our policies therefore provide incentives, including capital support for solar and wind manufacturing, ST reimbursement, and electricity duty exemptions also. But investors require more than these incentives. They require certainty, they require predictability, and they require land and infrastructure, and above all, they require speed. Through mechanisms such as TZ-IPAS, Telangana has built a reputation for facilitating investment and accelerating approvals. My message to industry friends today is very simple. Do not look at Telangana merely as a market for clean energy. Look at Telangana as a place from which you can build clean energy business for India and for the world. The next frontier, green molecules. Our ambition also goes beyond electricity. Green hydrogen, green ammonia, methanol, and sustainable aviation fuels could transform sectors which can not easily be electrified. Our roadmap envisages more than 400,000 tons per annum of green hydrogen by 2030, rising further by 2035. But friends, here too our objectives should not be confined to producing just merely an hydrogen. Around every emerging technology there is an ecosystem. There are equipment manufacturers, there are engineering companies, there are logistics providers, there are researchers, there are startups, there are skilled jobs. These states which understand this ecosystem early will capture much more economic value than those which simply install capacity. A transition must ultimately improve people's lives. But amidst all these numbers and technologies, we should remember something fundamental. Energy policy is ultimately about people. A successful energy transition cannot be measured only in gigawatts installed or tons of carbon avoided. It must also be measured in jobs created, farmers supported, industries made competitive, business enabled, and families receiving dependable electricity. Agriculture remains particularly important for Telangana. Distributed renewable energy, solarization, and efficient agriculture power use can reduce pressure on the electricity system while opening new opportunities for farmers. Similarly, electric mobility will increasingly connect the transport sector with the power sector. Telangana today has fewer than 1,000 EV charging stations. Our roadmap envisages around 6,000 by 2030, 12,000 by 2035. The boundaries which once separated electricity, transport, technology and industry are disappearing. That is why the transition must be planned as an ecosystem. Government cannot do this alone. And this brings me to perhaps the most important point. The scale of investment required is simply too large for government to accomplish alone. Government must therefore change its role. We must move from a model where government attempts to do everything to one where government enables an ecosystem in which many people can build. Industry must bring capital,